Okay, so good morning, guys. Once again, I welcome you to this lecture series on basic electronics. And today we are going to continue with our discussion from module 1, that is with respect to diode. And today we're going to see the application of diode. So basically, we're going to start with the rectifiers. And in that, we're going to start with half wave rectifier. So as you have already told me the basic definition of this rectifier, how exactly the thing's going to work in my introductory class. So today we are going to have a small discussion of this rectifier circuit, how exactly it is going to work, the little bit of mathematical analysis and all those things. Fine. So the basic circuit of my half wave rectifier. So it would look something like this. So since I told that this is an application of diode, so it will be having a one diode, and it will have a connection being made like this. So this is a diode D, and this diode D is given input from the transformer like this. Sometimes we name it as VI and VI dash. Now here I'm going to name it as V1 and V2, just to avoid the confusion. And these 2 points are named as A and B. And the current that flows through the diode, I'm going to name it as IL, because that current is entering my load resistance RL, and across my load resistance I'm going to take my output voltage. Okay, so this is how my half wave rectifier circuit looks. So basically we are going to try to understand the operation of this particular circuit. Okay, so now few things we should understand why we are using certain components over here. Of course, we should be using diode because diode itself is going to be acting as our main component in converting the AC to DC. I cannot ignore the diode. Now the question comes, why this transformer? What is the usage of this transformer? Now basically this is a transformer I'm going to use over here. Since I'm telling I'm going to convert my AC to DC, and if at all I want to apply AC will be 230 volts that I will be getting in my home if I consider a commercial application. And then I cannot be applying this 230 volts directly to my diode, because diode is basically a device which can hold a maximum of 5 to 10 volts of voltage or that potential. If you apply 230 volts or voltage more than 10 volt or 15 volt, the chances of diode getting damaged are very, very high, and immediately the diode will be damaged. Hence, to avoid that, what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to use a step down transformer. Now, whenever we try to understand any certain topic, first you should be able to understand why the components are chosen that way. So this particular thing is your step down transformer. So transformer, basically it steps down the voltage from input of 230 volt or whatever the highest voltage that is coming over here to the required amount of voltage. Now for me, the required amount of voltage could be anywhere between 5 to 10 volt. So I can consider it is stepping down my input voltage from the highest voltage in my home or in my commercial setup to the lowest voltage that can be withheld or withstand by the diode. So either in the 10 volt mata step down agutte. So once I do that, just give me a moment. I'm getting some disturbances over here. Just 2 minutes. Okay, so this is the reason why I'm using the step down transformer just to ensure that the voltage is step down. Now RL is my load resistance. So I just want to give you one small content or the concept with respect to load resistance. In exactly load resistance. We often try to come across this particular term load resistance. So basically load resistance or RL is that particular entity. ಈ ಹೆಂಗಪ್ಪ ನಮ್ದು ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಸೆಟಪ್ ನಾಗ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ನಾನು ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ let's say for example I am building an architecture which has got the, let's say here I have transistors, here I have then one more block number 2 which is doing something like analog to digital conversion. Here there is one more block number 3, and there is a block number 4, and I want to join all the blocks and come out with a wonderful architecture. So here I give the input and I want to get the output. And this assume that this is my setup, which is I just want to come out with this kind of architecture. ಈಗ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನಾನು architecture build ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ I should be building phase by phase. Like first I'll be building the block number 1, next I'll be building block number 2, next 3, and next 4. Once I build block number 1 ಒಳಗೆ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕಾದಿರಬಹುದು, let's assume that it is very complex block and I'm trying to build lot of circuitry in the block 1. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ block 1 will throw its output. This output will be acting as input for block number 2, isn't it? ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ block number 1 input ಬೇರೆ ಅದ, block number 2 ಏನ್ input ಬಂತು, block number 1 ದ output is acting as input to my block number 2. Similarly, block number 2 will throw the output and that will act as input for block number 3. So in this entire process, the output, whatever the previous block, let's say here the block number 1 is throwing, it is going to reach block number 2, and the block number 2 or let's say ಈ block number 2, let's say current is coming over here. ಈ block number 2 current ಯಾವಾಗ enter ಆಗತ್ತೆ, immediately enter ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ what is that first component which will come across, or that the current has to pass through? That will oppose some resistance, or that will have some resistance. The current ಅಂತೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂತು block number 2, block number 2 ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ immediately there will be some resistance being opposed by block number 2. And what is that resistance? I will not come to know until I build that block number 2, or I will not come to know until I build both block number 1 and block number 2. Similarly, once block number 2 is ready, it will throw its result. Let's say current is flowing over here. Definitely current has to flow. The current bರ್ತದೆ. ಈ current block number 3 enters directly into enter. Let's say I need to be transferring the current to the industry setup, or the let's say hydroelectric station is generating the current, and it is going to transmit the current to the commercial setup. Money bartava, industry bartava, ella kade bartava. Now let's say industries are in need of more current. Usually ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಮನಿ ಒಳಗಿನ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ತೆಗೆದು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, load shedding ಅಂತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಹೌದಾ? So what they are doing, they are redistributing the load. ಮನಿಗೆ ಬರೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಸೆಟಪ್ ಬರುವಂತ ಲೋಡ್ they are redistributing and they are sending that load to the.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes
Sir, screen is not visible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just a moment.
Sir, now it is visible.
It is visible, sir.
Just a moment. Now what whiteboard is visible?
No, sir.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No, sir.
Just a moment, I'll just share it once again. Now
No, sir. Yeah, yes, sir.
Banta?
No,
ಇಲ್ಲ
Is it
sir,
visible?
ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Just a moment, just give me a moment. I'll try to reconnect. So let me continue till I connect it. So I was talking about load shedding. So load shedding or load distribution is what? Distributing the amount of current or the voltage to the different parameters based on our interest. So whatever the things that comes next to our entire circuit, that we are going to call it as a load. Now just check, is it visible?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, now?
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir.
I'm sharing it now here. Just give me one more minute. I'll try to do this. Nothing is visible. Are you not able to see even my screen also?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Just reply now.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, I'll try to load the presentation. Let's try to see whether that is visible. Can you see this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, No, sir. sir.
Okay, we'll do one thing. You just rejoin the class. We'll exit from the class and we'll rejoin. That would be better. Please exit from the class and rejoin. Is it visible now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Fine. Thank God. Okay. Sorry for that. So that's what I was talking. I was talking about this load resistance. So simple terms na ಹೇಳೋದಾದ್ರೆ load resistance ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ, the content or the resistance being offered by the next particular component. So ನನಗೆ ಈ particular setup ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಹಾಫ್ ವೇವ್ ರೆಕ್ಟಿಫೈರ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಮುಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಏನದ ಅಂತ ನಂಗೆ ಸದ್ಯ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಸಪೋಸ್ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ನಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಬಲ್ಬ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದೆಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇ ಐ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಬಲ್ಬ್. Then this bulb is acting, or whatever the resistance that this bulb is producing to the flow of current, adu nange load resistance behave agutte. So next na ಏನು ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅದರ ಏನು ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಈ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, that is my load resistance. So because I don't know what will be the next thing that I'm going to use now, so hence in a simple terms I'm going to connect as, or I'm going to call it as a load resistance. So this is the meaning of that. Fine. So once we know this particular thing, now let us try to start to give the input. So let's try to give the input V in. Let's start to voltage I'm going to give. Now this is my input sinusoidal voltage that I will be giving to my diode. So ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ at the V1. So at V1 there will be some voltage that will be coming through the AC setup. ಈ voltage step down transfer ಮುಖಾಂತರ it steps down. Let's say if it is 230 volts, so it will be stepped down to 5 volt. So this amplitude will be plus 5 and minus 5. Now let's say what is going to happen in this positive half cycle and what is going to happen in the negative half cycle. Now there are two particular cases. I'm going to talk in terms of positive half cycle and negative half cycle. So positive half cycle antandre when the input is in the positive side, negative half cycle andre when the input is in the negative side. So positive half cycle. So when the input is rising from 0 till 5 volts and again dipping down from 5 to 0 volt, so this is making that the voltage is high, and then voltage is more than 0 volt. Howda? So ನಾನು PN junction diode ಇದನ್ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀನಿ, I'll try to just write in terms of something like this. Can anybody tell me what is happening here with respect to PN junction diode? The positive cycle ಏನದಲ್ಲ, it is coming here, and all the voltage that is entering my PN junction diode is positive. So positive iddaga, so what is happening to the P side of my battery, or what is the potential at which P is connected? P is connected definitely at the highest potential. Difference ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು P constant voltage ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, it is slowly rising 0 ದಿಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು 0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.55 ಎಲ್ಲಾನು positive voltage. So which means slow and steadily the diode is getting forward biased. If the diode is getting forward biased, what that mean in terms of switching action, which means the diode is conducting, so that means it is behaving as a closed switch, which means current is smoothly flowing. E process elli mata agata until the diode is forward biased. Diode elli mata forward biased irutti until I find this positive half cycle of my input voltage. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮಟ್ಟ ಈ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಟ್ಟ ಡಯೋಡ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಬಯಾಸ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಡಯೋಡ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಬಯಾಸ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ, ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದ ಡಯೋಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಈಸಿಲಿ ಫ್ಲೋ, and if current flows through the diode, then I can say that this current is coming out of the diode over here. which is going to enter my RL, and this current IL, if it get multiplied with RL, so I into R, what is that I'm going to get? Voltage. So I'm going to get definitely some voltage over here. This voltage will be available only for the duration when the diode is on, and diode is on only during this particular time. So hanging diode on ಹಾಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅದರೊಳಗಿಂದ ಪಾಸ್ ಹಾಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ 0 ದಿಂದ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ವರೆಗೂ ಡಯೋಡ್ ಆನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ 5 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ವರೆಗೂ, ಕರೆಂಟ್ ನು ಹಂಗೆ ರೈಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ 5 ದಿಂದ ಅಗೇನ್ ಡಿಪ್ ಡೌನ್ ಟು 0, ಕರೆಂಟ್ ನು ಹಂಗೆ ಡಿಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So if that is the scenario, then can I write my current signal, that is my output current, or my load current, whatever is my current IL, as the way how I can see from my input voltage. So voltage hanging ಬಂದ್ ನನಗ ಹಂಗಂಗ ಡಯೋಡ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಬಯಾಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು, hanging diode forward bias ಆಯ್ತು, ನನಗ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ನು ಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು. Now this current, let's try to do some calculation with respect to when it get multiplied with the resistance. What is that is going to happen with respect to this current? When current is flowing through the resistance, it is getting multiplied and I am getting a voltage. So I into R will be my voltage. So that will give me a voltage. The way how the current is there, the similar manner, my voltage will be there. So this is my output voltage. So this is what is happening under my forward biased condition. Now, this scenario will not be constant for a longer duration of time. Immediately, my input voltage will be getting down to negative cycle. ಹೌದಾ, ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಹಿಂಗೋಗಿ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಬಂದಂಗಾಯ್ತು? 0 ಗಿಂತ ಕಡಿಮೆ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್, ಲೈಕ್ -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0. So if that is the scenario, what is happening to my diode now? So to my diode, what is happening? To what potential P is connected and to what potential N is connected. Forget about the other terminal. You just need to understand what is the condition with respect to one terminal. Even P, if it is connected to the highest potential, I can easily say that it is forward biased. If N is at lowest potential, I can say it is forward biased. Or the other case, if P is at lowest potential, I say it is reverse biased. ನಾನು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನೋಡೋದು, ಒಂದು ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಈಗ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ನನಗೆ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಬಂತು. ಸೊ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಅಂದಾಗ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, 0 ದಿಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು -5, -5 ದಿಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು ಅಗೇನ್ 0. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಡ್ಯೂರೇಷನ್, ಮೈ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. If input is negative, which means P is at connected to the minus potential and N is, of course, definitely it will be at the highest potential. So since P is at negative potential, what does that mean to my diode? That means the diode is not passing any current through it because the barrier potential is increasing. Remember yesterday's class, reverse bias idaga nanage barrier potential will be very very large. ಈ barrier potential large atandre P ದಿಂದ N ಅಥವಾ N ದಿಂದ P ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು current flow ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. So if this is a scenario in terms of switching action, can I say it is behaving as an open switch? Open switch ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ current flow ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಬೋದು ನಾನು. So if that is the case, in this entire duration of my time, during this point of time, let's say from time t1 till time t2, the input is negative. That negative voltage is being applied to my P side of the battery, which means the current will not be there. As a result, there will be no current that will be flowing in my diode from t1 to t2. If no current is flowing in my diode from time t1 to t2, then no voltage will be generated from time duration t1 to t2. So this is what is going to happen with respect to the input voltage being negative. And again, when the input voltage rises, so again the diode is forward biased, so which means the diode is behaving as a closed switch and current again passes. If current passes, I will be getting the graph like this. And if this current is passing through the load resistance, it gets multiplied and I'm going to get the voltage as this. So altogether, I am getting a voltage like this. For an input voltage Vin, which is a completely pure sinusoidal waveform, I am going to get the output which is not sinusoidal. I can say it is I'm getting a pulses, positive pulses. Now, can anyone tell me whether this is a DC or whether it is not a DC? The output voltage. Yes, whether this is DC or not DC?
No, sir.
DC.
No,
Not
it is not.
DC.
It is not DC. But can I say ಈಗ ನಾನು DC ಅಂತ ಯಾವಾಗಂತೆ ನಾನು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅಥವಾ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನಾನು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂತೀನಿ, ಹೌದಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ AC ಯಾವಾಗ ಅಂತೀನಿ, ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೈನುಸೈಡಲ್. ಸೊ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಹಾಫ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ನಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮತ್ತು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಹಾಫ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ನಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾನು ಸೈನುಸೈಡಲ್ ಅಂತೀನಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಐದರ್ ಒಂದೇ ಕಡೆ ಒಂದೇ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ನಾಗ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟ್ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಬಂತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು DC ಅಂತೀನಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಸೈನುಸೈಡಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇತ್ಲಾಗ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಪಲ್ಸಸ್, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ವೇವ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್, ಐ ಮೀನ್ ದ ಪಲ್ಸಸ್. So what I'm going to call this as, I'm not calling it as a DC, rather I'm going to call it as a pulsating DC. So the output voltage what I'm going to get is my pulsating DC. Now it becomes very important for me to ensure this should be made to look like a constant voltage, the way what we are expecting. ಅವಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ I can say that the sinusoidal AC has been converted into constant DC. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಟ್ಟ ನನಗೆ ಇದು ರೆಕ್ಟಿಫೈರ್ ಅಂತ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಟ್ಟ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಈಗ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು, it is behaving as a rectifier, it is going to convert AC to DC, but that DC is not pure DC, rather it is a pulsating DC. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಪ್ಯೂರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ನ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, in the subsequent circuit whatever I am going to use, I am going to add a next component which is my capacitor. So I'll rub this entire waveforms. So here I am going to introduce a capacitor which is also called by the name capacitor filter. ಈ capacitor introduce ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ಏನಾಗತ್ತ, whether I am going to get a purest form of DC or not, we need to check it. So once if you are getting that, fine. Ad ನನಗೆ ಬರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ I need to be still making it, or I need to be doing some arrangement in this entire circuit to ensure this signal looks like this signal. ನನಗೆ ಹಿಂಗಿಂದ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ AC to DC ಅನ್ಬೋದು, ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಟ್ಟ AC to DC ಅನ್ನಕ್ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. So as of now I can say this is behaving as a rectifier, but it is not properly rectifying, rather it is giving me the pulsating DC. So let's try to stop this circuit right now here. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ ನ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಯಾಕೆ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್, ವಿಚ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು tell you once I do some mathematical analysis on this half wave rectifier. ಈ half wave rectifier ಮೇಲೆ some mathematical analysis ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ some numericals solve ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ, then we'll try to force in some capacitor over here, and then we'll see whether ನನಗೆ sinusoidal AC will be converted into pure DC or not. ಅವಾಗ ನೋಡೋಣ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Fine. So now as of now I can say that this is AC to DC. Now is it what you have been taught in your previous 12th and 11th half wave rectifier, or you did had some filter kind of thing in the subsequent stages?
No, sir.
I guess this was the thing that was being taught, AC to DC conversion, half wave rectifier, that's the end. Now here also we'll consider this being the end. Now let's try to understand what are the equations of the currents and voltages that are present over here, so as to yes
Sir, can you tell slow?
yes
Fast, sir. Hello.
ಏನಾಯ್ತು?
Sir, fast ಆಗತ್ತೆ sir teaching. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ slow ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ.
ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ, ಆಯ್ತು, ಸ್ಲೋ ಮಾಡೋಣ. So what I was telling is, so when I say that I am going to obtain AC to DC, I should ensure that this AC signal whatever I am getting, I should be able to get the constant DC. But right now I am not able to get a constant DC. What I am getting, rather I am getting something like this. So from 1 to 3, 3 is my actual output, 2 is my pulsating output. So ನನಗೆ pulsating output ದಿಂದ actual output ಬರಬೇಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ I need to be adding some more components over here, which right now I am not going to do it. Rather what I am going to do it now is we'll try to do some sort of mathematical analysis over here, and once that mathematical analysis is done, we'll try to include some more components after that load resistance, and then we'll try to see whether I am going to get the actual output which is shown over here in the graph number 3. So if that is the scenario, let's try to understand what are the different mathematical equations that I'll be getting over here. And in order to understand, let me first write what is the equation for my load current. Load current ಬರ್ತೈತಿ ಅಂತಂದೆ. Load current equation ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತಪ್ಪ? So load current is basically, it is also sinusoidal current. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ನನ್ನ ತೋರಿಸಿದೆ, it is also coming as a sinusoidal current. ನನಗೆ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಸೈನುಸಾಯ್ಡಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ನಾಗ ಮೂವ್ ಆಕೈತಿ, ನನಗೆ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ನು ಅದೇ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ನಾಗ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಸೈನುಸಾಯ್ಡಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್, load current will also be in the sinusoidal form. But the difference is, ನನ್ನ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಸೈಕಲ್ ನಾಗೂ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ? Only when the diode is forward biased, which means I won't be getting current over here and I won't be getting current over here. So x-axis is your time axis, please remember that. So current ನನಗೆ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಡ್ಯೂರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೈನುಸಾಯ್ಡಲ್ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಬರೀ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ ಅವಾಗಷ್ಟೇ ಸೈನುಸಾಯ್ಡಲ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ, ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ 0. So can I write something like this? IL equal to Im sin omega t in the duration. Idana one cycle 0 to 2 pi duration iರ್ತೈತಿ, half cycle will be pi duration. So can I write for the duration 0 to pi, and what will be my current equation from pi to 2 pi? From pi to 2 pi it will be 0. So omega t will be from pi to 2 pi, the current will be 0. Then what does this Im stands then? Im represents the maximum current. This is the maximum value. See, the entire current equation, the name IL, in the maximum current name Im. Hence my equation will be Im sin omega t. So that will be my equation. I hope this is clear. So please remember this particular equation. IL is equal to Im sin omega t. Sin indicates it is sinusoidal in nature, and under what region it is sinusoidal in nature? From only 0 to pi it is sinusoidal in nature, and it will be completely 0 from pi to 2 pi. IL is the name of the current. Im is the maximum current that you find in the load current, and omega t represents, it is with the frequency. How do you represent omega? 2 pi f. So with the frequency, omega t is basically representing the frequency. So with the frequency of f, a sinusoidal nature current with having a maximum value of Im represented by the name IL is given in the range from 0 to pi, and from pi to 2 pi it will be 0. Try to remember this equation forever, because from this equation only I am going to subsequently derive the next equations. So if this is the scenario, now let us try to understand what is Im. Can you tell me Im, what it could be? Basically the Ohm's law. How do you represent I? I is equal to V by R. ಹೌದಾ? ಯಾವ ವಿ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ನಾನು? V1 ನೋ, V2 ನೋ, ಅಥವಾ VL ನೋ? VM. Always remember, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ ಅದೇ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೋರಿ. Simple thing to remember. And ಇರೋದು ಒಂದೇ resistance by the name RL. So Im is represented by the name Vm divided by RL. This is the scenario for my ideal diode. Now comes the concept of ideal diode and practical diode. What about practical diode? Practical diode na ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಏನೋ term include ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ ನೆನಪದ? The forward resistance, RF. RF is that resistance that is being offered by the diode during forward bias. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಹೆಂಗಿತ್ತು ಡಯೋಡ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ, it was not, the graph was not linear, it was exponential. So exponential ಐತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಂಗೆ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಐತ ಅಂದಂಗ ಆಯ್ತು. ಅಂಡ್ ಮೋರ್ ಓವರ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ? ಆಫ್ಟರ್ 0.7 ವೋಲ್ಟ್. ಅಪ್ ಟು 0.7 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ ಕರೆಂಟೇ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, which means that there is a resistance. If there is a resistance, then that resistance is represented by the forward resistance. So along with RL, there will be a resistance by the name RF in your diode. So for my practical diode, the equation for my IM will be VM divided by RL plus RF. So that will be your practical diode condition. So from now onwards, you should be taking care of ideal diode equation as well as practical diode equation whenever we try to solve the numericals, because numericals are those which will be given to you based on practical scenarios, and practical scenarios will have a practical diode. It won't be having an ideal diode. So if this is the scenario, then let's try to calculate something called as average current or DC load current. ಈಗ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದು output current equation ಕೊಟ್ಟೆ. ನಾನು output current ಹೆಂಗಿತ್ತು ನನಗೆ, it was coming only during the positive half of the input cycle, and it is completely zero in the negative half. So basically my load current. So idu nanaga, if I try to calculate, even AC to DC conversion antu ageti, but I say that DC is not in its purest form, it is in its pulsating form. Now the question is, if somebody asks me, DC convert agilla, but just amount convert ageti, can you able to tell me that it is not at all completely converted? The AC has not been completely converted, but it has been converted to some extent. So what is that amount of extent that has been converted, the DC current? Can you able to tell me? So in order to tell that, I have to derive an equation by the name average current, average or DC load current, which I usually call by the name IDC or I average. ಇದೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ನಾನು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲೋಡ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ನಂಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಬಂದೈತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿರ್ತೀನಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. Now the question is, what is the content of DC that is present in the load current? ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ DC load current ನ ಹೆಂಗ್ represent ಮಾಡಿದೆ, I just represented by this graph. Now question is, you quantify correct ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ ಅದರ ಎಷ್ಟು amount of DC current ಅದ, ಎಷ್ಟು amount of AC current ಐತಿ. I want to know that at this particular stage. And in order to understand what is the amount of DC content that is present in this load current, I will be considering one more term, IDC, and I'll be deriving an equation. So let's try to derive quickly a small equation based on this IDC. Okay, so IDC is basically represented by 1 upon 2 pi, 0 to 2 pi, integration from 0 to 2 pi, IL d omega t. Maths bantapa anta anbadri. You have to bear with mathematics, because without mathematics there is no electronics. So I'll tell you, these are the simple integration things that you already learned, which are very fundamentals in nature. So you can easily cope up with that, and you can start understanding the things. So na ಏನಂದಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನೀಗ, ಲೋಡ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ DC ಐತಿ ಅನ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಈ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಬರೆದೆ. ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಬರೆದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, IDC is equal to, since I am calling it as an average current, so which means I need to be taking the average. ಈಗ average ಹೆಂಗ್ ತಗೋತೀನಿ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ 1 2 3 ಈ ಮೂರು ನಂಬರ್ ದ average ತಗೋಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, 1 plus 2 plus 3 whole divided by number of terms 3 ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಹೌದಾ? And that will be equal to 3 plus 3, 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2. 2 is my average. ನಾನು ಇದೇ ತರ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. So since I am naming it as an average current, so what I'll be doing, I'll be taking the average. Average of what? Average of my load current, because load current is the current which is flowing in the output side. So load current ಅನ್ನು ನಾನು average ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಆ average ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಏನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಇರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, that will be my DC current that I can see at the output side during the positive half cycles. So ನನಗೆ average ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ನಾನು average ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ನಾನು average ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಈ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ನಾನು average ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ I need to be considering the time durations. One pulse is of what duration? One pulse is of duration 2 pi. One pulse is of duration 2 pi. So hence, rather than 9 denominator ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, 2 pi ಲೆ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. And what is the term that I am averaging? I am averaging load current. And from what duration I am averaging? from 0 to 2 pi. And if I do that integration, so basically integrating the things is giving me the averaging term. So mathematics na integration mododrinda ನನಗೆ average ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ನನಗೆ. So if I integrating ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, I just try to integrate all the components, ಎಲ್ಲ components ನ add ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ and I'll divide it by what is the duration of the time. So 2 pi. So that's what I'm doing. ಎಲ್ಲ component add ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ since it is not a pure number, it is a signal. So I should be adding the components that you find here, that you find here, that you find here, that you find here. Every component I should be adding, and that is being possible only through the integration. So integration ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನನಗೆ average component ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. So if I do that, this will be my expression. My expression is IDC is equal to 1 upon 2 pi 0 to 2 pi IL d omega t. So this is the thing. So let's try to break this integration into two parts. So 0 to 2 pi idana ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, let's say 1 upon 2 pi from 0 to pi that I need to be integrating now, 0 to pi IL d omega t. Now what is IL? IL you have already taken it as by the term Im sin omega t. So let's try to take that.
Sir,
So
Not visible. Sir, not visible, sir.
ಏನಾಯ್ತು?
Not visible.
The screen is not visible, sir.
Again,
yes, sir.
okay, just this is an internet issue I'm facing over here. Okay, we'll do this way. I'll just orally tell you what that I'm going to do, and then maybe another 5 minutes is left, so we'll wind up and then we can continue in the next class. So what I was telling, so if I want to do the integration from 0 to 2 pi, so 0 to 2 pi integration mado badli, what I'll be doing, I'll be doing the integration only from 0 to pi. Now is that visible?
No, sir.
No, sir.
The screen,
No,
I'm
sir.
sharing a PDF. Hold on for a moment. Is it visible now?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So this was what I was talking. Yeah. So from 0 to 2 pi, I'll just use this today. So 0 to 2 pi badi na ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, break down ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು 0 to pi ಮತ್ತು pi to 2 pi ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡು, so this will be anyhow 0 because from pi to 2 pi duration there will be no current. So if I try to integrate this, sin omega t will be minus cos omega t from pi to 0 to pi if I put the limits, and then if I try to integrate it, so cos pi minus term ಹೊರಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡಿನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ Im by 2 pi as it is ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಐತಿ. So cos pi minus cos 0, if I try to solve it, I'm going to get Im by pi. So this is my average DC current that is available in my output. So output ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎಷ್ಟು amount of current ನನಗೆ available ಐತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, it is Im by pi. So this is my derivation with respect to average or DC load current. So this is the one thing that I just wanted to tell you. Now on the same line, can we calculate average load voltage? ಈಗ load current calculate ಮಾಡಿದೆ, load voltage ಹೆಂಗೆ calculate ಮಾಡಬಹುದು? VDC is equal to IDC multiplied by RL. So IDC is what is that IDC? I just now obtained Im by pi. I substitute that Im by pi multiplied by RL. So if I do that, so Im by RL is nothing but my Vm. So finally I'm going to get it as Vm by pi. So VDC is Vm by pi, IDC is Im by pi. So these two things you should remember. Now the question arises, what is that the content that will be available if I use a practical diode? Practical diode use madadaga nanage ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? So in order to understand that, quickly I'll just is my whiteboard visible now?
No, sir.
Just a minute.
No, sir.
The one thing I just want to show it because it is not possible to show you in the PPT. Yeah, now?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The last one bit. So once I know what is my average IDC, that is IDC and VDC, that is for my ideal scenario. Let's try to get into quickly for my practical scenario. In the practical diode is the 9 month. Let's say VDC is equal to IDC into RL, and IDC is what? IM by pi into RL. IM by pi. And if you can remember in the beginning, I told IM can be represented by the term VM by RL for ideal diode. That's what I took over here, VM by pi. Athwa practical diode condition ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ VM by RF plus RL. ಹೌದಾ? So now this is my IM for practical condition. So let's try to substitute in the place of IM this entire term, that is practical scenario. So here it will be VM by RF plus RL multiplied by RL whole divided by pi. Now ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ IM ಜಾಗದಾಗ practical IM value ಹಾಕಿನಿ ನಾನು ಅಷ್ಟೇ, that is in terms of VM by RF plus RL. So let's try to do the simplification quickly. So this will be VM into RL divided by RF plus RL whole divided by pi. So that will be again equal to, so what I'll do, I'll bring down this RL down, and this will be VM by pi. RL ಕೆಳಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ RF plus, or I'll do what is that, both divide the numerator and denominator by RL. So numerator and denominator ಎರಡು divided by RL ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ RL cancel ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Here it will be RF plus RL divided by RL. This pi is anyhow going up. So if I do this, what is that I'm going to get? 1 plus RF by RL so this is my VDC practical value. Try to remember this. Now I told what was the VDC ನನಗೆ ಏನು ಬಂದಿತ್ತು actually VDC calculate ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ IDC I got it as IM by pi, VDC was VM by pi. So VM by pi and IM by pi are my practical scenario value. ಈಗ ನನಗೆ ಏನು ಬಂತಿಲ್ಲಿ practical value ಅಂತ. ಈ practical value ನ ನಾನು can I convert it into ideal value? Yes, I can convert. Ideal condition ಒಳಗೆ ನಾನು ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿರ್ತೀನಿ, ideal condition ಒಳಗ RF ಅನ್ನೋ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. RF ಅನ್ನೋ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ RF ಅನ್ನೋ ಟರ್ಮ್ will be 0. So RF ಒಳಗೆ ನಾವು 0 ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಏನು ಬರ್ತದೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, 1 plus 0, it will be 1. So what will be my VDC value? Again it will be VM by pi. Yes. So practical to ideal conversion ಆಗಬೇಕು. ನನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಏನು ಬರ್ತದಲ್ಲ practical value, ಆ practical value ನನಗೆ ಹೊಳ್ಳಿ ನನಗೆ RF ಟರ್ಮ್ 0 ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನನಗೆ ideal value ಬರಬೇಕು. ಅವಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ I can say this expression is correct. So just ensure you remember VDC is equal to VM by pi whole divided by 1 plus RF by RL. So that is my practical value, because in all the numericals this scenario will be used. So with this, with a lot of technical difficulties, we'll wind up this today's session. Sorry for the technical glitch. That was because of the internet issue. We need to bear it. No other option. So from next class, I'll try to see that these issues are not there. So this is about the half-wave rectifiers derivation with respect to average current or DC current, that is IDC and VDC, and I try to show you with respect to the practical scenario of VDC. Now, why I'm going very slow with respect to half-wave rectifier is because for the entire full-wave rectifier, I'm going to leave this as an assignment for you guys to do the derivations. Nanali full-wave rectifiers derivation manangilla. I'll just take the entire end value. I'm going to leave the derivation to you guys only as a part of assignment. Yakandre process will remain entirely the same thing. Concept will remain the same thing. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿ one diode ಬದಲಿ ಎರಡು diode ಬರ್ತವ. I mean on off ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಾ ಹೇಳ್ತಂತೆ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ full wave rectifier ಬಂದಾಗ. So other than that, there will be no much difference with respect to your full wave rectifier. So try to understand the half wave rectifier properly. So with respect to this, we want to wind up today's session. So we'll stop it over here. Now, just a moment. Hold on for a moment. I have floated. I'll be just floating you and a Google form. So try to fill that Google form immediately. So that will be your attendance for today's class. So in that Google form, you'll be. I have mentioned there is something called as code. Just open that Google form. You'll come to know. So I have sent it. ಅದನ್ನ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಗೂಗಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ಅದರೊಳಗಡೆ you have to fill your name, USN, your roll number, and there is one thing I have mentioned below, code. A code ಅನ್ನೋ ಜಾಗದಾಗ you fill whatever the code I am going to tell now. For today's class, the code is 1828. Have you got that Google form?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fill it. You just open that code. It has got very simple things: name, USN, your roll number, and along with that I have mentioned a code. That code is 1828, 4-digit code. So in the place of code, you fill that particular code. So that will be considered as your attendance, and this will be valid only for 15 to 20 seconds. It will not be valid for entire day. Fill it immediately. If you are done with that particular filling up that form, you can exit from the class. So that's it from today. We'll end up the class and we can again meet in the next class. Thank you.